All right, so today let's dive into boosting both your mental and physical agility.
Okay.
We've got 3 articles today.
Okay.
One from Health and Me,
Right.
and then we have 2 more specifically focused on brain exercises.
Okay.
One from Psych Central and one from Healthline.
Sounds good.
So it seems like you're really interested in those aha moments and
Yeah.
like really maximizing learning.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll cut to the chase
Yeah.
and go through some insights from these articles.
Awesome.
So let's start with Health and Me.
Okay.
They emphasize practices like yoga and Tai Chi,
Mm-hmm.
even brisk walking,
Yeah.
things that get both your mind and body working.
Right.
And what really stood out to me
Okay.
was how they talk about movement impacting the brain
Okay.
through blood flow.
Yeah. That's really fascinating how that works. It's not
Yeah.
just about feeling good. It's an actual impact on your brain chemistry.
Right.
The article mentions how movement gives rise to blood circulation and oxygenation creates a flow. And this flow moves away a stagnated feeling of depressions, disappointments, hurts, pain, and bring about creativity, joy, happiness, confidence, conviction, productivity.
Wow. So like instead of feeling stuck,
Yeah,
things start to flow,
exactly.
like mental clutters clearing out.
Yeah, precisely.
And that opens up space for those aha moments.
Yes, exactly.
Cool. Okay, so let's switch gears to those brain exercises
All right.
from Psych Central and Healthline.
Okay.
They cover so many options.
Mm.
Learning languages, playing chess,
Yeah,
even just taking a different route to work.
right.
It's kind of overwhelming.
It's a lot. Yeah, but I think the important thing is to figure out what works for you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So let's pick out a few specific examples
Okay.
from each article.
Sounds good.
Psych Central mentions dual in-back training.
Oh, okay.
You ever heard of that?
It's a challenging one.
Yeah.
You have to remember sequences of sights
Yeah.
and sounds. Oh, wow.
It's like a workout for your working memory.
Okay.
But the research suggests that it can improve your ability to hold information in mind and use it,
Interesting.
which is really important for everyday things like problem solving and making decisions.
So it's not just a random game.
Right.
It has real world application.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. What about active reading and note taking?
Yes.
They mentioned that too.
So that one, instead of just passively absorbing the material, you're really engaging with it.
Okay.
And research shows that if you're watching a video and taking notes, especially if you're typing them, you actually remember the information better
Wow.
than if you just watch it, or even if you're writing notes by hand.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah,
So it's the active part that makes the difference.
exactly.
My brain has to work harder to process and remember.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool. Okay. Now from Healthline, one that stood out to me was using all 5 senses to stimulate the brain.
Okay.
Things like baking or going to a farmer's market.
And really tuning into the sights, smells, textures, everything.
Yeah, that's interesting. Does that actually make a difference?
Yeah, research suggests that engaging multiple senses at once can strengthen the connections in your brain.
Okay, so it's like a full sensory workout for your mind.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. They also mentioned strategic online chess.
Yes,
That seems like it would really challenge you.
it does, and there's research to back it up.
Oh, cool.
Studies show that playing chess, even learning it,
Uh-huh.
can boost cognitive abilities like math skills and overall thinking,
Wow.
especially in younger people.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like weightlifting for your brain.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
And then this one caught my eye. They talk about learning a new dance style.
Okay.
That seems more physical than mental at first glance.
Right, but it's both.
Okay.
You're moving, which we know is good for your brain.
Right.
But you're also challenging yourself to learn new sequences, remember the steps, and coordinate your movement.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's kind of a full mind-body workout.
Right. And it can improve processing speed and memory.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's really neat. It makes me think back to the Health and Me article
Okay.
and how they talked about dance as a mind-body practice too.
Yeah, it's a great example of how interconnected mental and physical well-being are.
Right. You can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
You know, something I've noticed
Yeah.
across all 3 of these articles
Okay.
is this theme of novelty.
Mm.
Like always trying new things, learning new skills,
Right.
breaking out of routine.
Yeah.
Why is that so important?
Well, think about it this way. When you experience something new, your brain releases dopamine,
Uh-huh.
which, as you know, is associated with motivation, pleasure, and learning.
So novelty isn't just about having fun.
Right.
It's literally rewiring my brain
Yeah.
to be more receptive to learning.
Exactly.
That's really cool. Healthline puts it really well. They say Don't get stuck in a rut when it comes to your daily tasks. Instead, be willing to try new ways to do the same things.
Yeah, it's a good quote.
It is instead of driving the same route to work every day.
Yeah.
Maybe try biking one day a week
Mm-hmm.
or trying a new recipe for dinner
Right.
instead of the same old thing.
Exactly. It's about adding that element of novelty.
Yeah.
And remember what we discussed about the Health and Me article. Movement and oxygenation can clear out mental stagnation and boost creativity and joy.
Right.
So these little changes can have a ripple effect across all aspects of your well-being.
This is really making me rethink my routine.
Yeah.
Maybe those little things I've been putting off, like learning that new language,
Mm-hmm.
could actually make a big difference.
Yeah, it's definitely worth exploring.
Yeah, cool.
And that brings up an important question.
Okay.
How can we apply these insights to our own lives? What small steps can we take to incorporate more of these brain-boosting activities?
That's a great question for everyone listening to think about.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
let's go back to Psych Central
All right.
and dig into some more of their specific recommendations.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Let's explore those next.
Okay.
So we're back and ready to uncover more brain exercises from these articles
Okay.
that can really sharpen your mental agility.
Okay.
Psych Central highlights learning a new language as a powerful tool.
Okay, I've always wanted to do that,
Yeah.
but I always thought it was too late for me
Oh, yeah.
to pick up a new language.
Okay.
Isn't your brain less adaptable as you get older?
That's a common misconception.
Okay.
While it is true that our brains are most flexible in childhood,
Uh-huh.
research has actually shown that learning a new language
Yeah.
can benefit people of all ages.
So you're saying it's never too late
Yeah.
to become bilingual.
It's never too late.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's the benefit beyond just being able to speak with more people?
Well, it goes much deeper than that.
Yeah.
Studies have linked bilingualism to a sharper memory, stronger problem-solving skills, and even a boost in multitasking abilities.
Wow, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You've convinced me I'm dusting off those Spanish textbooks.
All right, good for you.
What other brain exercises does Psych Central recommend?
Well, they highlight the benefits of playing Sudoku.
Oh, I love Sudoku.
Yeah,
It's like a little brain teaser,
it is.
a logic puzzle for your mind.
Mm-hmm.
But does it really count as a brain exercise?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It turns out that those logical deductions that you're making as you fill in the grid can actually benefit your prefrontal cortex.
Remind me.
Yeah.
What is the prefrontal cortex responsible for again?
It's the part of your brain that's responsible for planning, decision-making, and that all-important working memory
Oh, right.
that we talked about earlier.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So Sudoku isn't just a fun way to pass time.
Right.
It's like a workout
Exactly.
for my brain's executive functions.
Precisely.
Cool. All right.
No.
So the Psych Central article also mentions a game called Go
Yes.
that can challenge your strategic thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Go. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, so it's an ancient board game from China,
Okay.
and it's known for its complexity and deep strategy.
Wow.
And studies have shown that Go players tend to have exceptional cognitive abilities,
Okay.
particularly in areas like planning, abstract reasoning, and problem solving.
So that's like a mental workout.
It is.
For sure. Okay.
Yes.
So now let's shift gears to Healthline.
Okay.
They mentioned mindful breathing meditation.
Yes, mindfulness has become really popular in recent years, and for good reason.
Yeah, I've tried meditation before, but I find it really hard to quiet my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a trick to it?
It definitely takes practice.
Sorry.
The key is to simply focus on your breath
Huh.
and pay attention to the sensations as you inhale and exhale.
Okay.
It's about anchoring yourself in the present moment,
Yeah.
which can quiet those racing thoughts.
Right.
And even just a few minutes each day can make a real difference.
Okay. I'll have to give it another try.
Yeah.
Healthline also mentions dual end-back training.
Yes, we touched on that one earlier from the Site Central article.
Right.
It's a real challenge for your working memory
Okay.
because it involves remembering both visual and auditory stimuli in a sequence.
So it's like multitasking
Yeah.
for my brain.
Exactly. It can be tough at first, but research suggests that consistent practice can lead to noticeable improvements in your working memory and overall cognitive function.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Good.
So out of all these brain exercises, do you have any personal favorites?
I'm a big fan of crossword puzzles.
Oh, yeah.
They're great for stretching your vocabulary memory and problem-solving skills all at the same time.
Yeah.
And they're just plain fun.
I agree. There's nothing quite like finally cracking that difficult clue.
Exactly.
It really does feel like a win for your brain.
Yes, it does.
Going back to that idea of novelty,
Okay.
The Healthline article made a point that really stuck with me.
Okay.
They said, don't get stuck in a rut when it comes to your daily tasks. Instead, be willing to try new ways to do the same things.
That's a good reminder.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Like, instead of always driving to work,
Yeah.
maybe I should try biking
Mm-hmm.
or taking public transportation once in a while.
Right.
Or instead of always cooking the same old recipes, I could explore a new type of cuisine.
Yeah, exactly. It's about adding that element of novelty.
Yeah. And remember what we discussed from Health and Me.
Okay.
Movement and oxygenation can really clear out that mental stagnation
Yeah.
and boost creativity and joy.
Right. And these little changes can have a ripple effect across all aspects of your well-being.
I'm seeing how it all connects.
Yeah.
The physical and mental exercises, the importance of novelty,
Mm-hmm.
and how those things can lead to a more balanced, fulfilling life.
Absolutely. And that brings up an important question.
Okay.
How can we each apply these insights to our own lives? What are some small steps that we can take to incorporate more of these brain-boosting activities into our routines?
That's a great question for our listeners to think about.
Yeah.
But before we get ahead of ourselves,
Okay.
we still have one more article to discuss.
Right.
Healthline.
Let's dive into that next.
Okay, so we're back for the final part of our deep dive into mental and physical agility.
Right.
We've covered so much,
Yeah, we have.
from yoga and Tai Chi
Mm-hmm.
to all those brain training games
Right.
and mindful breathing exercises.
It's been quite a journey.
It has been. So as we wrap up, let's tie it all together
Okay.
and really distill some key takeaways.
Sounds good.
One of the biggest things I've noticed
Yeah.
is that our minds and bodies,
Mm-hmm.
they're really interconnected,
Absolutely. You can't have one without the other.
right? Engaging both
Mm-hmm.
physically and mentally
Yeah.
is really vital.
It's so important for your well-being.
It is, and it seems like novelty is a big factor too.
Oh, for sure.
Whether it's learning a new skill,
Yeah.
trying a different route to work,
Mm-hmm.
even just cooking a new recipe,
Right.
shaking things up keeps our brains engaged.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's how you trigger that dopamine release, which we know is linked to motivation, pleasure, and enhanced learning.
So it's literally rewiring my brain
Yeah.
to be more receptive.
Yeah. You're creating the ideal environment for your brain to thrive.
Oh, I like that. Creating the ideal environment for your brain to thrive.
Yeah.
It's almost like we're tending a mental garden.
That's a great way to put it.
Now, before we sign off, I want to go back
Okay.
to the Health and Me article.
All right.
They talked about how exercise can turn mental cacophony into classical music.
Yes. I love that analogy.
It's so powerful, right?
Yeah.
It really stuck with me.
It speaks to the transformative power of movement
It does.
and how engaging in activities
Mm.
that challenge us both mentally and physically
Yeah.
creates a sense of harmony and flow.
Right.
It goes beyond just the physical.
It does.
It impacts our mental and emotional states as well.
It really does. So as we wrap up,
Okay.
what's a final thought-provoking question?
Okay, so the question is, what activity do you think would have that effect on your mind? Turning cacophony into classical music. What's one small step that you can take today to try something new and challenge yourself both physically and mentally?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
And with that, I think we've reached the end
Right.
of our deep dive.
Well, this has been great.
It has been. We hope you gained some valuable insights.
Yeah,
And are feeling inspired to boost your own mental and physical agility.
definitely. And until next time,
Yes.
keep those brains buzzing and those bodies moving.
Stay curious and keep exploring.
Exactly. You never know what amazing discoveries are waiting for you just around the corner.
That's right.